Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you are brand new, welcome back if you're not, and welcome home if that sits perfectly for you. I am just feeling compelled to do a really quick message reading today. I grabbed three wild unknown animal oracles. So we have the bear, the peacock, and the gazelle. Take a second, see which one you're drawn to. I'm not even going to take breakthrough here, so we're just going to roll, right? So does that bear speak to you? This is earth energy. The peacock is air energy, and the gazelle is fire energy. So which one feels like your card today? And remember, this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate with you. Feel free to pick up what suits you, what feels resonant to you, and leave behind what doesn't. And remember that this is the place where your intuition becomes part of the magic, right? So let the card choose you in so much as you would choose it, right? I'm going to be quiet for just a minute and let you sit with these energies. Okay, my bear folks, let's grab some cards for you today. So let's talk about this bear energy. So this bear is earth energy, right? So earth energy is always about resources. It's about that beingness in the 3D. And so this is about the place where you're awakening, right, from some kind of slumber or hibernation, whether that was a period of time where you were ignoring your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your soul body, right? So this is awakening from slumber, and things are always going to be created in this space for you anew, right? And so this is about new beginnings. This is about being kind of at the edge of that event horizon, right? And really starting into a transformation. And the bear specifically is really about remembering that things can feel scary in the beginning of any endeavor, right? Because it is the unknown. It is unexplored. It's untried. And sometimes that can actually create some real anxiety. And here's what I want to tell you. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay to have anxiety over things that are new. The backside of that is that you can absolutely be assured that the energy of anxiety is also the energy of excitement. So if there's a way that you can get curious and anticipating and really wanting to explore and dive into that other side of the unknown and make it the known, generally what happens is you realize that your anxiety was unfounded. Perhaps sometimes not, but for the most part it is. All right, let's look at these cards. You've got the Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Six of Cups, and then the King of Cups, Justice, and the Three of Cups. So this is a lot of Cups energy. Interesting too, because water was not represented in our three choices, so you brought that in. So Two of Pentacles is about juggling, multitasking. It's also about making choices with what you're doing with your resources. So how are you going to approach this next leveling, this new opening of something, right? The Hierophant says, are you going to do it the same way, or are you going to stop and assess what's actually going to be the right choice, the highest and best choice? How are you going to explore this unknown? Because if it's unknown and you're bringing it in and you approach it in the same old way, what's going to happen is that you're going to get the same old thing. That's just how it works. Now you have a lot of guidance about that choice in these cups, right? So you have the Six of Cups, which says there's a place inside you that innately knows what resonates as home for you, right? So what I mean by that is, what does home, when you think of home, right? If you stop and close your eyes and you just think of home and try to feel into what that feels like in your body, you are going to find that that smells a certain way, that tastes a certain way, that looks a certain way, that sounds a certain way, and that feels a certain way. The key here is that only you can choose what that feels like. No one can choose it for you. And trying to inform or create your sense of home with anyone else's ideas is going to always leave you lacking, right? So what is coming in as that newness, if you don't take charge and create it, someone else will, right? They'll inform your choices and you might not love it, right? So that juggling might feel like weighted or uneasy. You might not enjoy it that much. Let's be fair. The key to the Hierophant is that you always have the key, right? You know what it feels like. And if your life doesn't feel fulfilling and contented and satisfying, it's your job, obligation, and duty as your birthright of self in this lifetime to shift and change that, right? You know what it is. You understand innately how to get there. Will you do it? Well, let's talk about that. So you have the King of Cups, right? And then the Justice card and the 3. So all this is so much more water energy, right? And remember that cups are just vessels, as you are a vessel, right? For those emotions, for that emotional state of being. And let's face it, sometimes emotions are scary, right? And that's all right, especially if you're just coming into something new in one of the fields or dimensions in your life. So you've got the King here, which says, okay, you know what this is, right? And let's face it, we do all know. We just have barriers in the way, right? Traumas or hurts or stories that were not belonging to us, or someone else's narrative, or this sense of obligation or duty or tradition, or this is the way we do things, right? The King of Cups says, well, this is the way that we've always done things, but is this the most fulfilling? Does this belong to me? And if not, what am I going to do about it, right? How am I going to use this balance? And instead of feeling wobbly, like, oh, I like this, but this person doesn't really enjoy it, and maybe if I just give in here, the key to the Justice card is that you're the fulcrum, right? You're not the balances. You're that which is doing the measuring, right? You're that which is doing the measuring. And so if you go to this place, right, this 3 of Cups, there's no accident that these are underneath here. The 3 of Cups is all about celebration, shared joy, shared contentment. How do you create it for yourself so that you can share it with others or another or the world or something that perhaps it's like, oh, I'm going to make sure that I know what these things are so that I can represent it, right? It's about really coming into the embodiment of your sense of home, and then always having the courage to say no to whatever isn't that, right? Because the bottom line is, you get to choose. You get to choose as this glorious bear. Think about how powerful and wonderful and also playful bears happen to be, right? They are all those things. See, this makes me laugh. So you're trying to embody this energetic, right? This powerful, playful, present energetic. So you have release the past, right? For new possibilities to emerge, bless the past, give it thanks and let it go. Hanging on to the heartache causes blockages. Infinitely creative energy and bountiful blessings are waiting to flow through to you. Each moment of every day brings fresh potential. Every virtuous thought helps create a brighter future. So as you are simply working to be in the present, again, right, we're not what we're juggling, we are the balance between, and that's just a fact. So you are this this event horizon upon which all of your new things are going to be built. The key here is to release the past and find that place within you that you understand that home resonates, and then do everything that you can. Give all of your power to the ascent, affirmation, and reclamation of whatever that is, right? Every virtuous thought helps create a brighter future. I love it, pile number one. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe so you can come back and tell me all about this. Until then, be blessed. Hey, pile number two, or those of you who have chosen the Peacock. So lovely, right? So as we said, the Peacock is air energy, right? So this Peacock represents inner beauty and compassion, right? It also represents an unrivaled kind of glory, right? I mean, let's face it, peacocks are beautiful, and there's nothing else quite like them in nature, which gives them this sense of confidence, but also a sense of rarity, right? When it comes to self-acceptance and also accepting others. So for you, this might be a way to change your ideas about who or what you are, what you represent, or the way that you show up in the world, or the way that you claim yourself as showing up in the world also. Let's consider that as a viable, excuse me. Wow, lots of wands for you. Doggone. Okay, well, pile number two. Well. Okay, so you have the Three of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Tower. And then you have the Ace of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So that is exciting. So the Three of Wands is about your long-term game, right? How you create based on your ideas of passion, right? What motivates you? Like this card is what is juicy in life, right? Wands in general. What is getting you out of bed every morning? What's your why? What's your purpose? How are you connected to that or disconnected from that, right? How are you engaged or disengaged? These are questions. These are real questions. And if we're talking about your unrivaled glory and your confidence and your willingness to show up fully as yourself in the world, I think for you, pile number two, the question is, are you? Is that how you're showing up? Is that your long-term game? But you're not quite there. Maybe. So you've got the Queen of Cups here, right? And the Queen of Cups is about really embodying what's in your heart. Fearlessly feeling all of your feelings, right? Allowing them to come in because you understand that they are not you. They're just a movement across the water, a ripple, right? That's what a feeling is. That's just how it is. And then this Tower is about an idea that's coming in, that's going to shift and change your beliefs, right? So something, let's see. So we have the Ace of Wands following the Tower, right? This is a new idea. This is a new inspiration. This is a new something that sparks your soul and makes you go, yes, that's what I want. Yes, I've got to do that. Yes, this is the problem I'm here to solve. Yes, this is the energy I'm here to embody, right? Guess what? You can. So you have the 5 here and the 4. So this is your key right here, right? The 5 of Wands is about stubbornness. It's about being willing to put down an idea simply because you've held it for so long, right? This is that like it's just a blocking energy, right? It's where we put our own something up in the way and we're like, but no, right? We're going to argue just for the sake of arguing, or we're going to disagree just for the sake of disagreeing because we want to be right, right? And the question is, do you want to be right or do you want to be you? Do you want to be right or do you want to be satisfied? Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Do you want to be right or do you want to walk in your glory? Right? So whatever ideas you've been having in the past about your long-term goal and the satisfaction that it might bring you, I feel like you're at a turning point, right? Some new idea is coming in of a thing that you want to pursue, that you want to shift into, that is sparking your heart. This could be a job, it could be a hobby, it could be a pastime, it could be a person in your life, it could be any of those things. If the path that you're on is not working for you, right, you're being reassured that you have the capacity to shift and change, and you have the brilliance to recognize what that path is, and then to put down whatever it is that's blocking you, right? This might be a big shedding for you. I think I want to get a clarifier on that tower. So this might be something shocking. It might be a big diversion. Okay, we see you. Oh, wow. Okay. So this might be a big diversion. I mean, it might be. And here's the deal. It might require a lot of strength, right? We don't get the tower and the strength together unless we're being asked to make a big shift, a brave shift, a deep shift, right? The strength card represents how we tackle our inner experience, right? How we choose to witness our demons and learn that those demons are simply parts of us that have gone unloved for so long that they're not recognizable, right? We've chosen not to recognize them. And so something in you is going to start to need to claim those, right? Something that thought a thing, right, was really caught up in what it looked like, what it felt like, is going to require a shift on your part. You already know what it is, right? You already know what it is. And it is going to require the release of a grudge, the release of some kind of anger, some long-term stubbornness here, some kind of something. You're in your own way so hard in terms of something. Yeah. And the bottom line is that when you release that, and by the way, you're being, it's being commanded that you release that, by the way, you will move into bliss and joy and happiness, right? You will be able to really actuate your long-term goals. In a way that is not just superficial, is not just spoken out loud, but is actually embodied and felt through your being. The message that you have here is the wheel of life. We are on this earth for a short while. We have no real idea why we're here, where we came from, or where we are going. Perhaps we never come nor go, but change from spirit into matter and matter into spirit as the wheel of life turns, right? So your message, pile number 2, is whatever ceremony that you've been standing on, whatever thing you've been holding on to, this is your message to put it down. It is no longer important. It's no longer relevant, right? Whatever axe you're grinding, you're only grinding yourself, right? So releasing whatever you've had as some kind of problem or grudge or thing, right? Dig deep. You have to dig deep and realize, is that really why you're here? To hold that axe, to grind that axe, to hold that grudge or maintain your stubbornness? What's that getting you? How's that feeling to you? Is that really adding to your glory, to your inner beauty, to your rare life? Is that, right? We are here for a short while. Figure it out. You already know what it is. Pile number 2. Please hit the subscribe button so you can come back and tell me what this meant to you. I can't wait to hear it. And most of all, be blessed. Hello, pile number 3. Those of you who have chosen the Gazelle. So the Gazelle is a fire energy, right? We've got a really interesting mix of energies when we pull tarot. So I'm interested to see how this works for you. So that Gazelle as fire energy is all about heightened awareness, right? Gazelles have to be constantly aware of their surroundings, right? Ready to respond or react as the situations shift and change, right? So this is a really keen innate ability. It's also about being super vulnerable, but also very graceful and beautiful. Sometimes that energy can create a sense of kind of like racing mind, like monkey mind, right? But the key here is, where do you witness your overstimulation, or even perhaps instead of overstimulation, where can you ground more deeply and dig into your own sense of home, right? Which is rooted, right? I mean, you think about how fast gazelles spring and run, but that sense of home, that concept that they're looking for, that sense of home and groundedness and safety is absolutely always, is always the goal. So, yeah, all righty. Pile number 3. So you have the King of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, wow, the 6 of Swords, Judgment, the 9 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands. So, okay, we have a happy little crisscross applesauce pair here. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to say first is I like it that the 9s are on this side of the 6s. Let's start at the top. So King of Pentacles, again, this is that grounded energy that we're looking for, that sense of home, right? The King of Pentacles is that grounded energy. He understands that he has all he needs. And even though he may be aware of his surroundings, he's good, right? He's good. He understands that everything that he requires will be gifted to him, brought to him, or actually just transmuted through him and manifested as part of him. But you know what I'm saying. So this King of Pentacles is the goal here, right? So let's go here. So 9 of Wands is about being weary, right? Being tired, having struggled through feeling not safe, right? Or that there's some kind of thing that must be defended, right? So this sense of safety is always feeling up in the air. So if you've not been feeling safe, pile number 3. First of all, I am sorry to hear that, and I hope that we find a way to change this situation. Yeah, so this is a weary kind of like fight or flight, heightened trauma response kind of moment, right? Even though we may know consciously that we're good, we don't feel that in our bodies. Wow, again, so pile number 3, I'm super sorry, because that's no fun. That's never any fun, to be in that heightened awareness state. The 6 of Swords here says that you have a transition, right? There's a transition, a moving away from this energy, right? 6 of Swords is a shift in idea that allows you to shift your reality, that allows you to transform your state. 6 of Swords is usually a facilitated card, so there may be someone in your life or presence or awareness that will be helping you. However, because the 6 of Swords is a sword card, this means that it's an idea. So what I want you to do is to pay attention. This could be a line from this reading. It could be a line that you hear a sentence that someone says today. It could be a billboard, a song lyric. Something will speak to you and allow you to have a new awareness of what's been going on, of this sense of unsafety, right? Of this sense of feeling like you're in trauma response. So be mindful, just pay attention, because sometimes all we need is that little awareness to shift us into a next level. Now, because this is transition, here we go. So we've got Judgment down here, right? And Judgment is about taking an assessment of what's been happening, right? So taking an awareness of your situation and perhaps finding some kind of anchoring in your own body. Like, wait a minute, I have this anxiety. Is this real, right? So this might be finding a way to dive into a trauma healing modality, right? I really get the sense that this is some kind of somatic work that you need to do, or that you've been perhaps on the fence about doing, and this is your validation, pile number 3. Yes. Yeah. And so there are things in your experience that you're going to want to pull with you. And then there are things that are going to need to be released, which is absolutely fine. Here's your message right here. Okay. So as you do this work, whatever this work is for you, and here's the deal. I know many different somatic practitioners. I happen to be one, and not everyone gets the same results from every single technique. So this is about finding what's going to work for you, right? What's going to calm your racing mind, what's going to allow you to step into your own beauty, your own grace, your own gentleness, your own compassion, most importantly, your own safety, right? Your own safety. So here's your messages at the end here. As you do this assessment and take this next step, right, to transition out of this fear-based reality, right? Like, this is literally coming out of survival mode for you and learning how to release what you need to release in order to step into thrive mode, right? To live mode. What often happens is that people get really triggered. It's really scary to dive into your trauma. It's really scary to do that work in the beginning, or it can appear scary because you're doing something new, right? This was a message in pile number 1. So if you need to listen to pile number 1 about how we breach into the unknown, do that, right? So it doesn't have to be an experience of the unknown as terrifying and something that creates more anxiety, right? That's what the 9 of Swords is. It's about really creating more anxiety here. But the 6 of Wands says, whatever the process is, you will be victorious, right? This is victory. This is achievement. This is not only victory and achievement, but it's being recognized for your achievements, for your work. So the way that this is going to work for you is absolutely going to be, it's going to be very interesting, but it's also going to be, it's going to be a journey, right? You've got this. You've got this, right? Your vulnerability is asking to be released, but it's also asking to be protected. So the process is a thing that you must find the best course of safety for you, right? So that you feel protected, so that you take forth what you need and leave behind what you don't, right? This is the beautiful energy of the 6 of Swords, where we're moving from that emotional turbulence to a place of still water, right? That feels safe, that takes both of these cards out of the equation and moves you into victorious transition, right? It's just about how we take that assessment and create our next step, right? And that gazelle is going to want to leap, right? So make sure that you're moving cautiously and carefully through this process, very deliberately, very much so taking everything and understanding that you're going to break it down and you're going to use what you need and leave what you don't, right? And that at the end of the day, you're always safe, you're always rooted, and you know that. You're going to get there, right? You're going to get there. You're going to get there. Let's see what message you have here. Okay, you have the way ahead is clear. Now is a favorable time for doing what you love most. Okay, life is opening up for you. New partnerships are forged and much progress is made as your heartfelt aspirations begin to manifest into your world. Well, I think that's 100% validation, right? Right. Now is a favorable time for doing what you love the most. Life is opening up and new partnerships are forged. Progress is made as your heartfelt aspirations begin to manifest into your world. Your world is the key, right? You get to write this story. You might need some help. You might need some facilitation. But do not doubt that you've got this, right? You've got this. Pile number 3. Okay, thank you so much. Please hit the subscribe button so you can come back and tell me how this goes. And most of all, be blessed. Take care.